我是 Tomo， 金华大学的 Tomo。今天我介绍我们的小小的实验，用影片叫物理天文，但是我的中文没有很好，所以我讲英文，不好意思。So let's get started. But before starting, I want to thank my TA, Terry, and then Darian. They are sitting here. They are very excellent TAs. They got very good comments from students this semester, so I really appreciate their work. They also gave a presentation on Terry about Planet 9, and then Darian about alien simulation. So if you're interested, please talk to them. So let's get to it. We have a common problem. It's this, right? When we are teaching physics, a lot of students are like this, right? Even here, I cannot see anyone sleeping here. That's good. But this is our daily life. These are, by the way, these are my students. And they venture this. So how can we keep students interested? Then my answer here is maybe try using movies, because students like movies. Do you like movies? Yes, right? And then they cannot sleep when watching interesting movies. So maybe they focus on learning physics. That's the idea of this experiment. Okay, and then if you look around the world, this kind of experiment is actually very common in the world. For example, at North Carolina, there's a class. This is an official class saying titled from the major exhibition Impossible Physics in Film. And then if you look at the Yale, so it's a good university, they have a class in physics class, movie physics. And then at the College of Charleston, there's a Apocalypse to Warp Drive Physics in Film. I want to take this class. That sounds very interesting. So why not in Taiwan? So that's the idea. So in my general physics class last semester, I gave students an assignment. This is an assignment: select an unphysical movie scene and then please explain physics in it. And these are movies that students have chosen. It seems like Conan and Spider-Man are popular ones. Multiple students chose Conan. These are university students choose Conan. Okay, so then I'm going to share with you a few student presentations. Okay, let's get started. So I show you a movie scene that students selected. So guess what's wrong in this scene? Okay, are you ready? Anyone know what's wrong? Who?
If I watch that explosion from that close, I probably die. If I watch that explosion from so close, I probably die.
Very good point. Very good point. Oh, you have idea?
The height of the space elevator is too high for its own gravity.
Too high for its own gravity?
Yeah, it could just fall down, right?
Oh, maybe. Oh, thank you. Oh, one thing I want to point out is now in this room, no one is sleeping, right? You wake up, right? So as soon as I show you movies, it's different from my lecture. People are interested in movies, not my lecture. So that's the point. And then in this case, one student pointed out, I didn't notice, but even this, I learned from this student, but then she pointed out that this is a space elevator destroyed by some, or maybe I'll show it again. So this is space elevator destroyed by some enemy. This is space elevator, and then destroyed, and then she noticed this counterweight of the space elevator is falling onto the earth after being destroyed. And she said it's not correct because the space elevator is balanced by the gravity of the earth, and the counterweight is because of the centrifugal force is pulling this way outside of the earth. So there's a balance between gravity and centrifugal force. So if you're cut here, Okay, I'll pick a better movie next time. Maybe Conan. Then if you cut here, this elevator should fall down, but then counterweight should fly away, right? But in this movie, both of them are falling down, so it is incorrect. That was a good presentation. And then she even made a movie to explain that. So this movie was made by that student.
Should break the counterweight, the tether will fall right around the world and ripping the end off. The resulting debris in orbit could pose serious problems.
It's very nice for student presentation. Okay, second example. This is from Indiana Jones. Maybe everybody knows Indiana Jones. And then when there was a nuclear explosion in the movie, about 1 kilometer from Indiana Jones hid in a refrigerator to avoid the radiation. Okay, so here's a nuclear explosion, and he hides in this refrigerator. Who thinks this is possible? Who thinks Indiana Jones can survive? No one? So Indiana Jones should die. So one student calculated the effect of the radiation, so assuming that a Hiroshima type nuclear bomb 1 kilometer away. And then this refrigerator in the movie says it's made of the lead. No, lead has some shielding function, right? Effect, right? And then he concluded that if the wall of the fridge is 6 centimeters thick, then Indiana Jones can survive. So this movie was not totally wrong. That's another interesting discovery. And then this third example, do I still have that? So Spider-Man stopped the train by using 6 spider webs here. He stopped the running train. Oh, okay, I'm doing good. For the train to fall down. Is this true? Can you use 6 spider webs to stop a train? And then he calculated, assuming the strongest spider's web on the earth, and then adjust the thickness, and then he found 6 is not enough. But if you use 17 spider web, Spider-Man can actually stop the train. So this movie needs more spider web here. Then it's correct. I think that was a good example too. So, and then after this presentation, we had the Kahoot quiz. Students made a quiz about his presentation. And then in the class, we all tried to answer. So this is one of the example quiz. To maintain stability in the raft, they needed to distribute their something evenly. So which is the answer?
Green.
Green?
Yellow.
Red?
Yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought it was momentum. But anyway, this was very effective, I think. So everybody is also focused. This is a quiz, right? It's a lot sort of like a competition. So everybody is focused, and then because they know the quiz, they also listen to the presentation very carefully. So it's good, I think, to have a quiz. And then this is a little bit tough time for me because it's like an exam for me, right? Teacher, are you listening to my presentation, right? And then because I'm a teacher, I want to be number 1. But as you can see, I'm here. It's very difficult. Some students are smart, and my TAs are smart, so it's a little bit tough time for me. But it's good in terms of interaction. So here, this is a part of the result of the questionnaire at the end of the semester. And then Kahoot quiz help you review the knowledge, and 70% of the students said yes. And then does it increase the interaction? And then 72% of the, thank you very much, students said yes. Okay, let's see more results from the questionnaire at the end of the semester. Then, okay, this is what I found. So teacher suggestions are very important, I think, because when students pick topic by themselves, they're often limited by what they know already. they present what they know already. So it's my important role to present a little bit more advanced idea to explore during and after presentation. So I thought it was an important role for us. And then here, good interaction, 87% said yes. And then motivation increased by physics movies, 80% students said yes, so that's good. That's the idea of this experiment. And then this is compared to the NTHU average. So the blue is the average of NTHU, and then my class is red, this one, and then doing better than average in most categories, especially this interaction. And then creative assignment, we're doing better than the average. And the students' comments, okay, so the last semester, I got a lot of good comments, so I was very happy. Usually the students' comments and students complain. This class is too difficult, too fast, too many experiments. But this semester it was different. I got a lot of positive comments, like Laoshi and Zhenhao was fine. Very smart and funny. And then, okay, and it was true. And this is based on so it was very encouraging to me too. So it was good. There are very good comments about TS too. Okay, I should stop. Okay, so summary. So movies, I try to use movies to increase the student motivation. It seems worked somehow. And then this quiz I recommend. This is very interesting. It's good to increase the interaction, but then suggestions so that students can explore their knowledge beyond the boundary of their limits. I think that's important. Okay, I stop here. 谢谢大家。
Yes, thanks for this wonderful presentation. You showed that in the beginning some of the universities, so most of them are US-based. So I was wondering, if no technology is given to you, absolutely nothing, just a chalk and a board, how would you keep making the students very interested in the class?
Well, that's a difficult question. I don't know, only chalk and then whiteboard?
Chalk and a whiteboard, yeah.
Well, I am a
That would be really challenging, right?
I'm Japanese, right? So I should be able to write cartoons or manga, maybe. I don't know. Honestly, I don't have a good idea. So if you have any idea, suggestions, that would be appreciated.
You can use games maybe.
Design
Games, using games.
Game, yeah.
Or
that
you
is-
design
some pocket, right?
Yeah.
You design some pocket.
Yeah, that's last year. Last year we tried to create a physics games. Yes.
Other question? 中文也可以。
可以吗？
It's not a question, but more of a comment to
Chinese?
perspective. I think we can do role-playing games like role-playing scenarios like where one can explain the physics behind something that doesn't involve any technology. It only helps us to build interaction between the students as well as the teacher as well. So we can overcome the technology issue by making them to do some role-playing activities that involves everyone to interact.
Role playing means
Yeah,
some students
explaining the physics scenario, like kind of with a funny role-playing task, like what if I do fall from a backboard or something like that. Some funny experiments that involve students.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, last question.
Thank you, Tomo, for sharing. So I want to bring a sign that over to students. So I suppose some of the students they were very opposite for this kind of homework. So how do you motivate students and encourage them to do a good job?
So
when you assign a homework,
Yes, yes.
so they need to watch movie and find out what's wrong.
Right.
Yeah, and so I suppose some of the students will just don't do it or ignore what you say. So in that situation, how would you encourage students and persuade them to spend time on this? So that's related to the motivation of students and
Right.
that will vary from university to university. I just wondered if you have any suggestions. Any tip?
Well, fortunately, in this class, I didn't encounter such students. Most students are interested in this kind of experiment because it's something different from exam. Well, I told them, I don't have exam, and they're all happy to do this. I do this for instead of exam, and then they're all happy. That was the case. But then, of course, at the beginning of the semester, I gave them some example, like the form that I shared you today. I shared some example from the web with students, so maybe they had some idea
Thank you.
what to do.
I'll try at NTHU and let you know. Thank you.
Congratulations on your award.
Okay, so time's up. Thank you, Tomo.
Thank you very much. Thank you.